welcome to Life Lessons with Queen Billion. So, how have you been? How's life been treating you? What life lessons have you learned in 2021? So, today on Life Lessons with Queen Billion, I was praying to go to bed, and this Bible verse kept ringing in my head, and I was like, God, what's going on? What exactly is, had been a while that a Bible verse would just be ringing in my head like that. And the Bible verse was in Matthew chapter, let me find it. Matthew chapter 9 verse 17. It says, neither do men put new wine into old bottles, else the bottles break, and the wine runneth out, and bottles perish. But they put new wine into new bottles, and both are preserved. I was already tired, and I was going to bed, and I was like, what's this about? But then I woke up with the exact same verse ringing in my head. And there's a whole lot we can draw, a lot of lessons that we can draw from this, a lot that we can learn from this single verse of the Bible. It says, neither do men put new wine into old bottles, else the bottles break, and the wine runneth out, and the bottles perish. But they put new wine into new bottles, and both are preserved. Like the saying goes, you can't continue to do the same thing the same way and expect a different result. It work. It won't work. It ain't gonna work. You have to change things. Sometimes you need to change your life to be able to receive the new thing. It's just the way you cannot go to the next level. You cannot attain the next level of increase or promotion or whatever by remaining the same person. Case in point, you cannot have a secondary school certificate, secondary school knowledge, and want to use that to attain a degree and become a graduate. Could it work? You have to become a new person by going through the 4 years or 5 years or 6 years or whatever program to become the new vessel so that you can receive the new wine. You getting me? So for a lot of us, we've been asking God for a lot of things. We've been hoping and praying and wishing for a lot of things, but then things are not happening. Could it be that you are holding on to what is old? Could it be that you are holding on to what is old and expecting God to pour into that old, pour his new wine into? It's either you get destroyed or whatever it is you are pouring into gets destroyed. So here it is. You need to come to the realization that some things need to be renewed for you to move to the next level. It's just like when you want a promotion at work and you've not put in the work, you've not done the certification, you've not done your MBA, you've not done your master's, and you just expect them to promote you into supervisory roles or managerial roles. It's going to mess you up, and God will not want his grace upon your life to be messed up or destroyed or embarrassed. So you need to move away from your old self, from your old knowledge, from your old understanding, from your old way of doing things if you want to receive the new from God. So I think it's a key verse of the Bible that we all should meditate upon and learn from, because that's the truth. We cannot, you're a single lady, you keep saying this one is bad, that one is bad, I don't talk to this person, my dear. You cannot continue to go in the same circle of friends, same circle of activities, same circle of, going to, yes, it's good to have a church where you are planted, but visit other churches once in a while. I said what I said. It's good for you to be a member of a church, but visit other places. It's good for you to have a degree, but it's also good for you to do self-development. You cannot remain the same person that you were last year and expect to receive the new. You need to constantly upgrade yourself, upgrade your life, upgrade your social climb, upgrade your social network, upgrade your understanding, upgrade your knowledge for you to be able to receive the new from God. Look at David. David was anointed king at the age of 17. He was anointed. But it took 13 years for him to become king. Why? Because he needed to become a new person for him to be able to receive and be able to, to be able to ascend that throne. Look at the men that was with him and how their lives were transformed. How their lives were transformed just by walking with him. And he in the process also grew. He became a king even before ascending the throne. So if you can understand that process of what David had to go through, even though, yes, God may have told you that you are this, you are that, but if you do not walk in the path of where you are supposed to be headed, sorry, it might be too much for you to bear. I think there's a passage in the Bible whereby I can't remember which of the apostles was talking, maybe it was Paul, and it said there's a child that is born into a rich home, does not even know who he is. He just feels like he's like every other person until he grows up and he understands everything that is going on. Some of us need to grow up. Some of us need to have a better understanding of what God has called us into, for him to be able to give it to us. Look at David again. When he got to the palace and Saul told him, oh, wear my armor. But the thing was too heavy for him. He couldn't carry it. There was no way that was going to work for him. He couldn't work with that. It would ruin him, because that's not what he needs to fit Goliath. No, he couldn't use that. So also, we have to know what needs to change. We have to know what needs to be different in our lives for us to be able to move to the next level. So I'll read the Bible verse again. Neither do men put new wine into old bottles, else the bottles break, and the wine runneth out, and the bottles perish. But they put new wine into new bottles, and both are preserved. So, my darlings, you need to know what needs to be made new in your life so that you can receive what is new. Because that level that you are praying for, if you are not ready for it, it can wreck you. That breakthrough that you are praying to God for, if you are not prepared for it, if you are not ready for it, it can wreck you. It's just like in the Old Testament when those priests go into the holies of holies. If they are not prepared, holy and sanctified, they die on the spot. You got it? So you need to know and identify what needs to change, what needs to be new. Is it your attitude? You're a single lady. Is it your attitude that needs to change? Do you need to be nice? Yes. Do you need to be more approachable, accommodating? Do you need to change church? Yes. Do you need to change jobs? Do you need to change location? What is that new thing that you need in your life to be able to attain? To be able to attain the new wine that God is about to pour into your life. So that starts today on Life Lessons with Queen Billion. I hope this has been inspirational to you and refreshing to you. If you like this, please share, click on the like button, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you, and see you next time. Bye.